Hello, welcome to the Bachelor of Communication Design at Billy Blue College of Design at Torrens University. I'm Alicia Simon and I'm the Program Director for Communication Design. So within our course, we really celebrate students experimenting and making mistakes because these steps are how you're going to learn and grow and become the fantastic designers that you will be after completing this course. So our course outcomes promote generalist and specialist skills, and it's structured to meet a diverse range of different needs. So especially in your third year of study, you'll really push those fundamental skills that you've learned into strategy, feeling confident to present your work, also feeling confident to collaborate with other designers or other peers in your class. So the time commitments that are required, so each class, if you're on campus, you're allocated 3 hours per week. And then on top of that, you'll need to study outside the classroom. If you're studying a subject online, the online classes usually go for 1 hour or 1.5 hours per class, so per subject. So it's approximately 8 to 10 hours per subject per week. So if you're studying 2 subjects, that would be 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week you need to dedicate to your studies. So let's take a look at the course structure. Okay, so the third year of the Bachelor of Communication Design, we have 6 core subjects and 2 elective spaces. So we've got social enterprise, packaging and branding, business by design, work integrated learning, which I'll talk about in a little bit more detail shortly, major project and portfolio, which again, I'll touch on in the next couple of slides. So looking at your elective spaces, so you're given 2 electives, you can choose all level 300s, or you can choose 1 level 200 and 1 level 300. It's up to you. So we have quite a diverse range of electives offered. Some are specific to graphics and communication design. We also have areas of film and video, UX and UI, also photography and social media, and then some animation subjects as well. So when you're choosing your electives, you'll notice some subjects will have prerequisites, so you'll need to keep that in mind in what you choose. But the subjects in the actual communication design elective pathway don't have any prerequisites, so you're okay to choose those. So let's talk about work integrated learning, or what we like to call WIL 302. So you'll see this subject's available to you. You'll have WIL 302 or WIL 302B. So WIL 302B is an industry live brief. So this is where we receive a brief from the industry, and then your lecturer will then facilitate as the creative director and take you through that brief. The client will also come into the class to brief you, give feedback, and then you're actually working on a real project that will go out into the industry. Usually, or it can be group work or it can be individual. It just depends on the project. We also try to choose briefs that are, go to a social cause or a non-for-profit industry. So that way we're giving back to the community. And that credit from that subject or that experience counts as one whole subject. Alternatively, you can choose to do an internship or placement instead. So you will have to do 90 hours in a design-based role. And then we can help you with the paperwork that you need to fill in prior to enrolling into that placement. So you do have two options. You can pick one or the other. We also have a lot of internships posted on our Careers Connect, so you don't have to try and find it yourself. Usually we have quite a lot promoted at the time. So these are some of the clients that we've worked with over the last year or so. So some quite high-end clients like Nespresso and Revlon. And then we have, as I mentioned earlier, some non-for-profit companies in there too that we work with quite often. So the great thing about our course, or even just that final year, is when we write our assessment briefs, they're written like industry briefs. So it's giving you that experience of what it's like to really actually receive a real brief, whether that's from a creative director in an ad agency or if it's from a client directly. So as you're working through each assessment, you're actually creating these wonderful creative pieces that you can then add to your portfolio at the end of the course, or the end of that third year. So we like to really promote we learn through making. So all of our assessments, you have a design artifact or a design piece that you leave that subject with that you then add to your folio of work. And your final subject in the third year is actually a portfolio-based subject. So you're taken through the whole process of how to build a subject, create a resume for yourself, how to self-promote yourself, how to look for work. So all of those areas or items that you need to be industry ready, we take you through that in this subject. So this is just an example of what a portfolio is. It can be printed, it could be an online website. This one here on the screen is a printed folio. So you can see it's a really beautiful way of capturing your design work, and that design work is what you're going to take out to the industry to look for work. So it's demonstrating what you can do as a designer, rather than a potential employer just reading your resume. They can actually see, you know, what your skill set is or what your specialization is. So the next few slides are student work examples, so you can see similar projects that you may be working on. So this one's from our packaging and branding subject. This project actually won Australian Graphic Design Award in 2022, which is fantastic. This project here is from our WIL subject, so our live brief subject. The students had to come up with a brand for a company, and they actually created their own font and alphabet, so bush to bowl, by actually using potatoes. So they cut out shapes on a potato and made stamps from that potato, then scanned in all the shapes or the alphabet, and then digitized that and colorized it to create this beautiful brand that they then applied to different collateral. You'll work on some campaign work, so not just looking at branding, it's like how do you apply it to different assets, how do you build a whole brand strategy, you know, what's the voice, what's the value of the brand, what sort of tone does the brand give when your audience is looking at it. Some more branding as well. Another beautiful packaging project. Again, this one won an award in 2023. This one's some campaign work, again, for a good cause. This one's from our type generation elective subject, so you could choose this as one of your electives where you learn how to create your own fonts and alphabet, and then you can apply that to your branding or other design assets. So that's just a quick snapshot of some of the work that you may be working on. The other great thing is that as a student enrolled at Billy Blue or Torrens, you receive a free Adobe Creative Cloud subscription and also a free Microsoft license as well through the duration of your studies with us. So we recommend that you have a powerful laptop. So you'll need your own laptop when you come onto campus. Make sure you have some sort of backup system so you're saving your work not just on your computer but somewhere on the cloud or on a hard drive, so you don't lose all that beautiful work that you're creating, because then you won't have it to put in your folio at the end of the course. We also offer extra support in the Adobe software. So we host a couple of sessions each week where you can join one of our lecturers and they can help you troubleshoot using the software if you're trying to create something in one of your assignments and you're just not too sure how to do it. These sessions are fantastic. You can book in and receive that help. We also have some other amazing support services within Torrens. So we have success coaches, student counsellor, a lot of support around academic integrity, how to reference correctly. We have an online library, which is fantastic. There's a lot of design books on there that are great, but we also have a beautiful library on most of the campuses too. So my advice to you to get the most out of your final year is ask lots of questions. So all of your lecturers have industry experience and worked in the industry or still actually working in the industry. So we love it when you ask us questions, then we can share our knowledge with you and then help guide you to become really skilled designers. And you know, if there's this particular area that you're interested in, again, just ask. We can lead you to resources or workshops or help you find connections out in the industry as well. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, celebrate your mistakes. This is a safe place for you to learn. So we all learn from our mistakes. I've got over 20 years experience and occasionally I still make a mistake here and there, but I learn from that. And sometimes those mistakes actually lead to better results or something we haven't actually thought of originally when we're creating our design work. And last of all, love what you do. So as lecturers here and educators, we love what we do. We love educating students and really taking you through that creative journey as well. So thank you for watching this short presentation and good luck with your studies.